Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. We're up on the roof with Emmy here, about to eat lunch, and she's actually not in her underwear for once, I've noticed.
Did you just notice that?
Yeah. I mean, she's actually in a school uniform. It's amazing.
Yeah. She does wear those sometimes.
Does she? Because this is the first time seeing of it.
Yeah, she does in fact wear normal clothes.
All right. She looks very happy. Uh-oh, it's Rin. Suddenly a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Strange girl. I mean, I know who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got no arms.
She might just be... Okay, with the shadow, it kind of looks like she's just holding her hands behind her back.
Okay, but she's got the same haircut, too.
Yeah. Yipes! You scared me, Rin.
Wait, isn't she...
Hello.
Noticing that Rin is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me.
You two know each other?
I look confusedly at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Rin has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school. These two seem like an odd pair to me. I mean...
not to me, because it's the extrovert that adopted the introvert, which is a meme that goes around that all introverts have the extrovert friend that just decided they were gonna, be more social.
Okay. Well, I was thinking more of, Emmy. Emmy seems kind of light and I don't want to say airheaded, but...
Airheaded?
You said it. And, I forgot her name. Rin. Rin seems a little more grounded and, what's the word?
A deep thinker?
Yeah, that too. Like, dry wit, maybe?
Yeah. Dry humor, yeah.
Yeah. Different types of personalities, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Rin has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school.
I didn't know this person knew... damn it. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy.
There's... The music I'm playing is the... Like... There's a part where is like a man speaking over the McDonald's speaker. I don't know what the hell he's saying, but it throws me off. It happens so infrequently, but when it does happen, I'm just like, what? Who's talking? The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds until Emmy lets out a tiny giggle. Shrugging the confident coincidence off.
I invited his son for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? Neither. I have food for 3. Nice thinking.
Is it one of those bento box things?
I'm assuming. We are in Japan.
I mean, that's like the stereotypical anime Japanese lunch.
Yeah.
They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in other schools. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. Yeah. The rooftops are never popular in any anime that I've ever watched.
Yeah, because no one's actually supposed to be up there.
Yeah. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I peek through the chain link fence to take a look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Okay, we didn't really need to know that. Somehow when I look towards this tower center of the small town strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. The hectic lifestyle of a metropolis seems so far away from and foreign from here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it, or get their senses overloaded by neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine. Looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine only for a short year. So being on the rooftop gave him a whole new perspective on things.
I guess.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, there is that whole, like, taking a walk or going to a different, somewhere else tends to, like, make someone feel better. Maybe they can gain a new perspective on life by going somewhere else.
On the rooftop.
I don't know about the rooftop, but they do tell people to, like, go for a walk or go for a hike whenever you're, like, feeling upset.
Nature has a very, like, calming, healing sort of effect on people. I know that. I'm guessing that's the same idea with going for a walk, basically.
Yeah.
I actually took a whole class on that was like, I forget the name of it, but it was a psychology class about nature. I unfortunately don't remember it too much, but I remember it. I remember taking it because it was it seemed like such a weird thing, like that to make a whole entire class about.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly. I haven't had time to think about how I feel about it. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. Sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky, okay. The cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. I guess he was not done talking about the small town. Emmy settles on a bench with Rin in tow and produces one big and two small lunches boxes from her lunch. Who gets the big and small one?
I'm assuming she gets the big one.
Emmy?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice of her.
I mean, to be fair, she does exercise the most out of the three of us here.
True. But she's also like the smallest.
Yeah, but if you ran as much as she did, I think you'd be hungry too.
Yeah, I used to exercise quite a bit, and I ate a lot of food when I was younger.
That's the point that I'm at. I feel like I'm eating all the time now.
Yeah.
Come on, Hisao, what are you waiting for?
He's beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. So are we gonna get to know who eats the small one, who eats the big one?
I'm sure we will at some point.
I'm really curious. I don't know why, but I seat myself on the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. Impressive view. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Rin and adds a lunchbox to me. Nope.
Here you go. Lunch is promised.
Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good.
Thanks. I make them myself when I can.
I want to see it. I want to see what it is.
You're so curious.
Conversation dies off as I said about the business of feeding myself. I guess I'm like I used to anime.
Oh yeah, where you get to see everything.
You get to see a lot more. So, in a visual novel that's obviously didn't have a high budget, and it should be expected. But I don't know. I've gotten too spoiled, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is pretty low budget in comparison to anime.
Right. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Well, of course she does. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I am in right now. Will I ever get used to the sights such as this? I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? Or does it just mean I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. Emmy looks up, mouthful half full, and swallows before nodding.
My morning run always works up an appetite. Which is great, because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure.
Winky face.
What would happen if you'd lose it? Would you become a man?
I very nearly choke on my lunch trying not to laugh.
It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the mornings too?
I changed my mind. I kind of like these two together. You always talk like this?
I talk like what? Yeah. I was just saying, I was like, this is pain.
I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on the obvious question. How'd you two meet? Rin seems content to let Emmy answer the question.
Someone in the housing department thought we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another.
Because one doesn't have arms and the other one doesn't have legs? Or because of their personality? Compliment each other?
Like shoes in a suit.
Emmy giggles at my confusion.
Put us together and we've got all our limbs, get it?
Okay. So that... I was wondering if they were going to mention something about that, you know?
Yeah.
Ah.
So I started helping Rin get more ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along.
I see. Rin chooses this moment to interject.
I have trouble with shirts.
I would imagine, yeah. Right, that seems fairly obvious.
Really?
Kind of? This isn't helping, but at least Emmy seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Rin is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms. So putting a shirt on seems like one of those things that would be difficult. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that with your feet. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods in what I suspect is meant to be sage manner.
I see.
Conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emmy finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise.
Ah, that was good.
As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Rin speaks.
I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry.
With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. She tosses me one and appears to be cranberry juice, one to Rin that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of kind of a fruit punch for herself. Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of the box and begins to drink. I'm curious how she drinks a juice box with her feet. No?
I mean, I thought they were going to show it for a second. That's why I shut up.
Oh. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Emmy or Rin are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure.
So, Hisao, how do you like it up here?
Quite nice, actually. I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for lunch, too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose.
No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here.
A lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended.
She looks really offended. I don't know if that's mock.
Yeah. She's a little too serious, I guess. She
Trying to
just
take
seems-
advantage of my good nature? The nerve.
I mean, I think he was joking, right?
Oh, there we go.
She giggles.
Well, if that's your answer, I guess Fred and I will just keep eating lunch all alone.
I'm suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emmy pouts. Kidding? I was just kidding. I'd love to eat lunch up here again. Good location and the company's okay too. Emmy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess this makes us friends now. Or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs.
Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't that hungry. If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away.
Rin shrugs as if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we better get going. Three of us head downstairs together. Afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of books I finished reading. We'll stop there.
Sounds good.
I'm assuming we'll be going to the library next time.
Yeah, I'm assuming seeing Hanako.
Yeah, okay. We will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.